Presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are MC.
It's a beautiful day in the Bay, San Francisco Bay, for Royals baseball. Today, the Royals take on the San Francisco Giants at AT&T Park. Hi, everybody. I'm Steve Physiak. This is Rex Hudler. The Royals have been hot. They've scored 28 runs their last 3 games, and last night in an 8-1 victory, they had 6 players with multi-hit games, and you have a term you have for that.
Oh, it's the most exciting part of the Royals game, and I'm not the only one who loves it. Frenzy style hitting. They frenzy. They feed off of one another. One lousy single turns into another. But with the bases full last night, I mean, the Royals had all kinds of guys on base. Escobar taking a nice shot down the line. That was a huge boost right there to the offense. That's all Vargas would need. Did he need these extra 3 runs by Whitley? No, but Hunter helped him knock those 3 in. And it's beautiful to watch these guys when they're going 1 through 9, the top especially. Whitley, go ahead and drive that bus.
And one of the guys the last week who is super hot is Alex Gordon. Great to see Gordo, that Nebraska Cornhusker, heating up. Sports and outdoors for all for less. Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler again with you. And Rex was talking with Joel in his pregame show about the adjustments that Alex Gordon has made in the last weeks. What have you seen?
Well, it's been nice to see a man of his time in the majors, 10 years, make an adjustment. Now, this game, he knows about that, but it was hard to come out of his stance. He's leveled his bat off. He's put his hands in the air a little bit higher. They're not down by his waist, and he's trusting his hands now. He's not using so much body to twist and turn. And when a hitter does that, a lot of ground balls, a lot of outs, but now he's freed up. His hands are going through the ball now, and he's just trusting those hands, Fizz. That's the main thing.
And you're seeing it from everybody right now, and Alex kind of leading the way from the bottom of the order.
Yeah, that's great to see that. They need Alex's bat in the worst way for this lineup to click, and I'm sure if he continues to hit like this, they'll just move him on up in the order.
And also the Royals, if they continue to pitch like this. Last night it was Jason Vargas. Tonight Jason Hamill faces an old friend and Johnny Cueto. Joel will talk at their story next.
Minutes until Johnny Cueto throws the first pitch. It's a matchup of two pitchers that have both been a part of world championships in the last couple of years. Cueto, of course, 2 years ago for the Royals. Jason Hamill was a member of the Cubs last year. And we take a look at both of these veterans. For Hamill, he's pitched very well against the Giants in his career, but he has never beat them. And Johnny gets a crack at the Royals for the first time since leaving the organization and signing his deal with the San Francisco Giants. As for Jason Hamill, our Kia in the driver's seat takes a look at an impressive outing last time against a very dangerous and powerful Houston Astros team. And for Jason, it was a continuation of the start he had had before against an excellent Cleveland Indians squad. And perhaps most important for Jason, as he has struggled with the walks throughout the year, is the fact that he has 0 walks in his last 2 starts. First time he's had back-to-back quality starts as a Royal, looking for another today. More coming up.
3-1 on this trip to San Diego and San Francisco. A Wednesday matinee before we head to Southern California. Today it's Hamill against Cueto. Royals and Giants next. Steve Physioc, Rex Hudler, Joel Goldberg with you. The temperature currently 69 degrees here at AT&T Park in San Francisco, and the Royals getting ready to take the field. They are 29-34 this year, fourth place in the American League Central, 5 games back of the Minnesota Twins, and Whit Merrifield will be leading things off. Whit hitting .285 after getting a couple of hits yesterday, included a bases clearing triple. Then Bonifacio, Lorenzo Cain, Eric Hosmer, and Mike Moustakas. And as I said in the open, 6 players had multi-hit games yesterday in the Royals' 8-1 win.
Yeah, Fizz, you know, not just Whitley, what he's doing with the bat, but the fact that he's playing a tremendous second base. He's got a +5 defensive run save as a second baseman. That's 3rd best in baseball. He's got it going on.
And there is Johnny Cueto, who was part of the Royals' 2015 World Championship, and then signed a deal with the San Francisco Giants before last season. This is his 14th start this year. His record 5-5 and a 4.3 ERA.
Johnny Cueto, very deceptive. Opponents are hitting .260 off him. We'll show you in our Toyota League leaders. Since 2014, those starts, he's a workhorse. He's an Iron Man. He likes to pitch, man. There's no question about it. He likes to take that ball. Look at the innings, the wins, the ERA. That's 8th. Quality starts. No question about it. He's a winner, and that's why teams want him in October. Now behind the plate, and the Giants defense, which is very important for Johnny Cueto. He'll tell you that. Posey, very good catch and throw guy. His pop time by the time he catches that ball and gets it down to second base is amongst the best. 30% caught stealing. That's a great mark for a catcher, 30 or anything above.
And our umpires today, the crew chief Jeff Kellogg is behind home plate. Will Little at first base, Clint Fagan at second, and Tim Timmons, who did a great job last night at third base. Well, these Royals have been hot. They have won 3 in a row for the first time since May 11th through the 14th, when they won 4 straight. San Francisco's fortunes not so good. They have lost 14 of their last 20. And the first pitch of today's game is swung on and popped up right side, drifting out the second baseman Joe Panik. Coming in is Hunter Pence, and he'll make the call and the catch. Now Bonifacio, who had a couple of hits yesterday, and that ended a little slide that he had been on, as he had gone 1 for his previous 20 before getting that base hit to drive in 2 runs in the 3rd.
68 degrees here, Fizz. Game time. West Coast. Cueto, you got to deal with all the twisting, the turning, everything, but pick up that release point. It's not as overpowering as he used to. Talking to Dave Righetti, his pitching coach, says, you know, how pitchers evolve. You know, they get older, they learn, they get smarter, they learn how to pitch better, but their velocity might be down a little. He's averaging just 91 miles an hour, which is plenty enough to get hitters out. Fastball, cut fastball, change up slider, and he'll quick pitch it just like he did there. All the things that he did in the Royals uniform, same thing with the Giants.
And he's got a little radar going with that hair coming up in the back. Getting a little.
He's got some style.
There it is.
Yeah,
Get better reception out there on the mound. Try to tease Bonifacio away, and now the count is full, 3-2. Lorenzo Cain waiting. Bonifacio pops it up. Span for the 2nd out.
it's a beautiful yard, Fizz. You know, you notice another thing too. There aren't any lines that are cut in the outfield grass. And you see a lot of ballparks have the lines. You know, have the cross cut. They have, you know, lanes in there. This ballpark, they don't have it. They don't cut it that way. It's just regular. I'm not going to say regular grass, but really.
No, it's just the way you cut your yard in the backyard.
Yeah, that's right.
Home and
no.
Overland Park. Now Cain, and he takes a strike. Lorenzo has picked things up, 5 for 17 on this road trip with a couple of home runs and 5 RBIs, and he had all 5 RBIs in one game. A great Saturday comeback. The Royals scored 9 runs in the 8th inning. Up the middle, and that's a base hit.
That makes Locaine 3 for 8 now off of Johnny Cueto in his career. Cutter on the outer half of the plate, very nice. Locaine, he just stuck that. He stayed right with it. Didn't try to do too much. Just guided it up the middle. Big hole. Crawford, good try there at short.
Now Cueto has to deal with the 2 hottest Royals, and that is Eric Hosmer and Mike Moustakas. Salvador Perez just getting the day off. Drew Butera is this afternoon's catcher. And he rolls that one to Johnny, will underhand and get the quick final out. When we come back, we'll see Jason Hamill on the mound for Kansas City. San Francisco 26-40, fourth in the National League West, 14.5 games back of Colorado. Their batting order will have Denard Span leading things off, then Nunez, then Belt, and then Buster Posey, who is second in the National League in batting at .352.
This is an offense that's really struggling. They don't have a real bopper outside of Posey. There's just not a whole lot of threat there. We saw that yesterday, and we saw that back at the K in April.
And Jason Hamill perhaps coming off his best start of the year, going up against a very strong offense in Houston and limiting them to only 1 run in 7 innings. But when he came out, it was a tie game, and Houston would score 5 and win it 6-1. He's facing Denard Span, a guy who he's dominated in the past. Span just 2 for 22 against the Royals right-hander.
Strike one will be Hamill's best pitch all day. And you know, you mentioned it. He handled Houston. He handled Cleveland. 2 lineups that have mashers top to bottom, American League style. Here it comes. So he should be able to deal with these guys today, but you never know in baseball.
Well, the one thing that we have seen, and Dave Island has articulated this, he's just been more aggressive with his pitches.
Yeah, you know, early on he was nibbling. And that's a term used for a guy who's maybe a little bit nervous about it missing in the middle, but just trying to be too fine. And when you do that, you give up the middle of the plate and walks. Attacking the strike zone, trusting himself, and the mechanical adjustments that he's made with his upper half, turning more towards the plate, has really helped his command tremendously. So that's right from Dave Island. And you know, he works with these guys one day at a time, one pitcher at a time. But he's really proud of the adjustments that Hamill's made. And he knew it was there. It was a little bit too long in getting there.
And Rex, you talked about that slight mechanical adjustment facing up to the batter. And I guess Dave also said that it helped out his glove side command, where his pitches that he was trying to get to the outside corner were wandering back over the heart of the plate.
Yeah, and that's important. You know, he's not an overpowering guy, so he's going to have to hit his corners, but he's got to pitch inside. He's got to knock him off the plate on occasion. He averages, like Cueto, 91 miles an hour with this fastball.
Well, he gets a swing and a miss and his first strikeout, and his 52nd this year, and now his 13th start.
Well, this is his 2-out or 2-strike pitch. That's what he's going for there. Get ahead of the guy and then finish him off with that pitch. It's a tough one. And our forward around the horn Royals defense, they have been really good. Just 21 errors this year. That's fewest in baseball. Hosmer's got the gold. Escobar's got a gold. Moose has potential. Gordo has platinum and gold out there in left field. Locane, he's got gold coming in his future as well. So this is a tremendous defensive team, and Hamill knows it. That's another reason why he's done so well his last 2 outings. He's pitching to contact as well, and that's keeping the ball down.
We take a look at our Kubota power stats. Eduardo Nunez has really had a fine season, and he's now reached base safely in 27 straight, hitting .357 in that span.
Very underrated player. Hustles, smart, plays the game right. And he got a little jam sandwich.
Escobar just barely gets him, and man, a late call. I think he wanted to make sure Hosmer had that ball in his glove before Will Little raised his right hand and shook his fist. And I'm sure that Bruce Bochy would say, well, let's take a look at that.
You know, and if you can run it all and you get a little jam shot like that, you have a chance to beat that out right out of the batter's box. He almost did it. Haas, trusty hands right there. Just trusting those hands. Very soft. Didn't try to do too much.
And Bochy will not challenge.
Yep, got him.
So 2 outs. Nobody on. There's Brandon Bell. Ball one.
Belt 1 for 7 in his career. Alpha Hamill with a homer.
Popped him up left side. Moustakas staring up into that high sky, still drifting and making the catch. And Hamill with a very comfortable 1-2-3 first inning. Nothing game going to the second. And fans, how about the World Cup? It doesn't get any bigger than this. The FIFA World Cup is coming to Fox and FS1 in just 1 year's time. The greatest teams, the greatest players on undoubtedly the world's greatest stage. Let the countdown begin. Here in San Francisco, a young lady studying her phone, trying to get her StatCast ready as she checks out all of the sabermetricians that might be able to help her out in decoding who's going to win today's game.
She could be scanning, you know, she could be looking around at some different ball games too on that. She's a baseball fan.
On Fox Sports Go.
That's right.
Well, here is Moose, and he chases an off-speed pitch, swings and misses.
Streaming. That's the term out. That's the word I'm looking for.
Cueto with the quick pitch, and it's low. Moose has really played well. He had 2 hits yesterday, including a double. Now a 5-game hit streak, 7 hits, 2 home runs in that time.
Changeup's a good one. It fades away. League's only hitting .217 on it, but they've hit 5 homers on that pitch.
Right on his hands at 92 miles an hour. So he went from an 82-mile-an-hour changeup to a 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
Johnny's a master at deception and changing the pitches, speeds, and locate.
Moustakas to right field and way deep and
splash.
How about that into the McCovey Cove? Mike Moustakas.
I knew it. I talked with Moose yesterday. I said, Moose, what do you think? Can you splash one? He said, it depends on the wind, and there's no wind today. 1-0, a Moose bomb. You could tell the way he hit it. It looked like it's a changeup again, and I just told you that pitch has been hit out of the ballpark now 6 times off of Big Johnny. He got one wet.
The wind is in the arms.
That's right. The flags are straight down. That means the wind's blowing down, I guess, Fizz.
1-0 Royals. They trailed 1-0 last night, and then they scored 8 unanswered runs.
They know how to do it. That guy's got a fishing pole at the top. He's got that whole rig all rigged up there. Look at that. That's pro.
That's pretty good.
He's really good.
And there's a line drive to left. That's a base hit. Escobar sharply around first base will make it to second. And the bottom of the order really did some damage last night. Escobar had a couple of hits, a couple of RBIs, a couple of runs scored. Alex Gordon was on base 4 times, including 2 hits and a double.
Yeah, Escobar hitting that 6th spot. That's a run producing spot in the lineup. And he turned on that. That ball was 3 inches in on his hands, and he was able to open up his hips. Throw those hands. Beautiful stroke.
Alex Gordon flares one to center, but playing him perfectly was Brandon Crawford. And now number 8 batter Drew Butera. He got the start over Salvador Perez. This is the last game for the Royals for a while in interleague play. They head to Anaheim next for a 4-game series with the Angels, then go home to take on Boston and Toronto. Right side fielded by Belt. They get it to Cueto, and Butera is out. Moving to third, Escobar.
Royals are picking up their offensive game without a doubt, but this is one of the most important categories you can have. Goes along with the pitching and defense. Timely hits. Last 12 games, look at the average. Slugging percentage .533. That's the highest average in the whole game since May 31st, and that's been a pretty good while. So the Royals are starting to find their mojo again offensively, and it's just in time. See if Hamill can help himself here.
He takes a strike on the outside corner. Jason in his career 156 in that 1 home run came back in May of 2011 against Milwaukee. Cueto just challenging him.
You know who that home run was against? You know who he hit that off of? A guy named Greinke.
Pretty good pitcher.
Yep. I asked him a couple days ago when they were hitting it home. I said, who do you got? I looked them up. I knew they had 1 home run apiece. Hamill, Kennedy, and Chris Young. They all had homers. They all told me who they took deep. Greinke's impressive.
Hamill chases that breaking ball and strikes out, but the Royals get a run on a home run struck into the bay here in San Francisco. Moustakas into the McCovey Cove. home run challenge, where every home run and strikeout in this game raises money for prostate cancer research. Since June 1st, over $2.6 million has been raised in the challenge. You can make a pledge by going to homerunchallenge.org. Jason Hamill will face Buster Posey, having another outstanding offensive and defensive season, hitting .352, 8 home runs and 23 driven in. And even hotter of late, hitting .408 his last couple of weeks.
Stays short with his swing. That means it's not a real long swing, and he hits it where it's pitched. Low canine center field, playing to the off field. Playing him a little bit towards right center there, as he knows he likes to go in that direction.
Ryan Zimmerman is having a career year for the Nationals. .372. Finally completely healthy. Runs that fastball in on Buster. 2-1. Right to Escobar. 1 out. Fans, you can join the Royals in celebrating Hispanic heritage with Viva Los Reales on June 24th against the Blue Jays. Before the game, there will be live music and dancing on the outfield experience stage, and local restaurants will compete in the annual Salsa Showdown to earn the title of Best Salsa in KC. And be sure to get here early, as the first 10,000 fans through the gates will receive an exclusive Los Reales barbecue apron presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Visit Royals.com/Viva for more information and to purchase your tickets. Well, here is Brandon Crawford, 0 for 3. Hamill's driving the only run with that sacrifice fly yesterday.
Yep. Hamill understands when you get a run and he gets a run on his side, the next time he goes out there, 1, 2, 3. Don't even let them have any kind of momentum. Throw him strikes.
And he was like that in that last start against Houston. He retired 15 of the first 17 batters he faced in that game.
Yeah, you know, he really felt burdened his first 7 or 8 starts, because he knew that he was better than that, but he felt so bad. So it's been nice to see him carry himself with his shoulders up and feeling good what he's doing for the team. It's not about him. He wants to win so badly for the ball club.
And Rex, even though he's pitched in over 300 games as a big leaguer, he was with a new ball club trying to prove himself to new teammates.
Yeah, sometimes when you try too hard, it backfires.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And he was throwing a lot of pitches, like 19 and 20 per inning. Last 2 starts averaging 13, which tells you being aggressive. Then all of a sudden the offense makes an adjustment. They're swinging early and getting early count outs.
Stays in the game longer. Good pitch there. He tried to get up in there in his kitchen. At 93, that could do the job. That set him up for the slider right now.
Opponents only batting .200 off that slider this year. Stayed in on him. Hosmer will take it himself. 2 out, 5 up, 5 down for Hamill early in this one. Jason's had a tough time, though, against San Francisco in his past. He's faced them in 12 games and has not won. 0-3. And the Giants are the only opponent he has not beaten in his career with a minimum of 10 appearances. So you would think percentages his way.
Yep. Mojo is definitely with the Royals right now. They're hitting, they're defending, they're pitching, and that's what we've been waiting for. It's an interesting game of baseball, but look, that's why it takes 162. And nobody that I know of inside that Royals clubhouse or fan base is giving up on this team at all.
No.
Everybody's all in.
And you just want to stay as close as you can until you get guys like Duffy and Carnes back. Big swing and a miss by Hunter Pence. He's had the most success against Jason of all the Giants. 7 hits, 1 home run. Try to tease him away.
Yeah, you know, it's 6'7". He's got the angle right there, but he even makes it more deceptive to the hitters. That slider, it falls right off the table. He finishes his pitches really well. He's out over the top. He's got good balance, you know, and he uses that height as an advantage.
Pence pulls it to the left side and into left field for a single. His first hit of this brief 2-game series.
He just left that one up. He finishes that down below the ankles. He'll swing and miss. But see how this stays up? About shoulder height, right in the middle.
Hunter really stumbled getting out of that box, almost fell on his face.
He does. But you know what, though? He's a player. He puts the ball in play. He becomes a track star. He runs.
He might be the most awkward good player in baseball.
I could agree with that.
Strike in there.
I like him because he believes the moon is a planet too. So we're all in. Him and I on the same page.
Yeah, when he goes on the road, I mean, there are all kinds of signs. There were hilarious signs at Kauffman Stadium during the World Series.
There's some here too.
Signs like Hunter Pence puts ketchup on his hot dogs.
Another one up. See, that ball, hitters recognize it because they see it so well. It starts out around shoulder height, and you can see that pitch, and you know when it comes down, it's going to end up around the belt. So that's the 2 sliders in a row, or curveball that's been hit.
And now he's got to deal with the hottest hitter in the last few games. Austin Slater has 7 hits in his last 8 at bats. He had a career high 4 RBIs on Sunday in the Giants' 13-8 bruiser with the Minnesota Twins, and then yesterday went 2 for 3.
Well, one of the things that also has been so good for Hamill is he's executing when he needs to.
To the right side, but fielded by Merrifield. Easy play. That does it. Hamill with a shutout second. Royals lead 1-0. Royals, of course, chasing the Minnesota Twins in the American League Central, and man, they went off 20 runs on 28 hits, most they've scored since 2014. They've got a good offense.
Hey now, Minnesota's own little 2-game lead.
Ned Yost, he says, let's just play them one at a time.
That's
try and
right.
win those series.
Long climb, but the Royals are making their move.
Kansas City has won 5 of their last 7 road games, and they were having such a difficult time away from Kaufman this year. But they moved their mark to 12-18 now and head back to the top of the order. And Whit Merrifield. Bunt. And it's a base hit for Whit.
Beautiful touch. And when you have that kind of backspin on the ball and it bounces, it kicks to the left. It goes to the foul line. And that's exactly what happened here. You want to try to get underneath or on top of it most of the time, but when you do get underneath it, it's got backspin on it and it kicks towards the third base dugout. Well, see that? Watch how it goes that way. It's going to keep going that way. Makes it a more difficult angle to pick up and throw. Nunez is really a good fielder too, so that's just a great touch there.
Now Bonifacio, who popped up to center field his first time up.
Ooh,
close play. Cueto with a good move.
That was a team-leading 3rd bunt base hit of the year for Whitley. Close. Cueto, quick feet. Look at the feet. That's what it's all about. Getting down on the tag. He missed the tag. Looked like he whiffed the tag. Yeah.
Whit did a good job getting to the outside part of that bag, and Belt could not apply it on his body.
Will Little over there at first base. I like umpires that are into it. They got a little bit of emotion in their call.
Cueto trying to come inside on Bonifacio. 8 home runs, and he has 13 extra base hits, and 9 of them have come on the road.
Whitley's 6 out of 7 in steals. Could be a good time for a run and hit. Nobody out. You know, sometimes you don't want to get him thrown out and cost a potential big inning. But he hit that well.
Center field and deep, way back and gone.
Beautiful. Hip, hip, or hey! That's beautiful. Right up the middle, dead, over the 399 sign, and you could tell by looking at Span, the center fielder, when he saw that and went back, he just slowed down and trot. That ball had some backspin on it. Oh man, was that pretty. Nice and easy, not too much, just great hands.
He has really hit some long home runs this year. He hit one over 430 at Kauffman Stadium, hit one to dead center field today, and that was about 420 feet. It's 399 to dead center, and there goes Kane to left field and deep, and that one is gone. Back to back.
The low Kane lean back to back. All of a sudden, Locane, now with his 7th home run, he's saying, hey, fellas, don't get too far ahead of me because I can go deep with the best of them on the line. That's a little cutter inside, actually a little changeup. At 83, it was moving back in towards him. Boy, is that a nice swing. That's the Locane lean back.
So 3 home runs in the game, and the Royals with 77 this year, 13 on this road trip. And I mean, we have seen this in the past, Hud. Frenzy style hitting where this team can Ned Yost told us he has never seen a team that can go all cold at the same time and then all hot at the same time, and perhaps we're seeing that right now.
Look at this number here. 7 home runs allowed, 3 of them today, including in that 7.
Incredible.
That's why Johnny looked so shocked when Locane's ball went out. That's right. This is a new improved offense, it's starting to feel itself.
5th time the Royals have gone back-to-back this year.
Bochy's over there saying, oh no, the Royals are hot. We caught him at the wrong time.
Hosmer chases a high pitch.
Fooled him.
He's been able to get in on Eric and was able to tie him up the first time up, and Haas grounded back to the mound. Royals had 15 hits yesterday. They have 6 already in this one, and 4 of them extra base hits, 3 home runs.
Yeah, I mean, they're frenzy hitting, and it's contagious. They are seeing the ball.
Another one up.
That one got 2 strikes on him at that high heater, so he's going to try to go away with a changeup now on Haas. I got a feeling. He's watching Cueto mix and match his pitches. And Buster, you know, he's the quarterback back there. He's putting down the breaking ball. Now one. He shook the changeup. He's staying heat.
Wow, barely missed.
Posey put the changeup down. He didn't want it. Yep, good spot. A 1-2 count. Now he's evened up.
I was trying to go to the opposite field. Will stay 2 balls and 2 strikes. Eric 1 for 4 with a walk last night in the Royals' 8-1 victory. Pretty good battle.
Scott Haas is a little bit off balance, though, you know, and Eric, I guarantee you, he's looking middle away. And anything in, he's just trying to foul off. He's waiting him out. Look at Posey, checking him out, head to toe. Always the catchers, the good ones, they look at the hitter where he's standing, how he looks, what he's looking for. There it was.
And he hit it hard, but right on the line to the left fielder Slater.
He had him set up. A ram drive back in the 2nd inning. Mike Moustakas hits his 18th in the cove out there on 1 hop. He'll take it. Look at that guy with a device. He wanted that Moose home run right there. He threw in his net and he reeled it in, and Moose touched home. Ram drive of the game. Beautiful thing.
And the only thing he had to do, the only battle he had, was with the carp.
That's right. I heard that the carp out here looked like shark.
The leopard shark that was.
Whatever. All right.
There he is.
There it is. Watch out.
Being chased by that kayak.
That kayaker saying, hey, that's not fair, sir. Look at only here.
I wouldn't even need a license to fish here in the Bay for
I've
baseball.
never seen that. I've never seen the device. Look at Moose.
That takes some skill, though, to toss it out there in front of the ball and then angle it your net.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where's that baseball?
We need to get Joel out there to interview.
I think we need to get that soggy ball and have Mike Moustakas autograph it. And he walks, and that's the first walk in the game by Johnny Cueto.
Take the walk.
Hey, Royals fans, schedule your summer vacation to join the team in L.A. Royals Destinations provides fans with the ultimate game day experience with game tickets, sitting alongside fellow Royals fans, VIP ballpark access, a meet and greet reception with a current player, optional hotel accommodations, and more. To book one of these Royals Destinations experiences, visit Royals.com Destinations or call 877-698-8695.
You saw Mark Topping's dad sitting out there in the stands. Topper, he's the video coordinator.
Yep.
There he is. I talked to him earlier today. This gentleman right here with the glasses, he lives up here in San Francisco. He loves the Royals, man. He told me today he hopes the Royals step on the Giants' neck. That's pretty strong, I told him. Who would ever say anything like that?
That's a quote he probably got from you.
Well, it sounds pretty rough, but you know that is a baseball slang, a term used in the dugout.
Every time you take the first 2 games of a series, you always talk about stepping on the neck of the opponent.
That's right.
And remind them who they're playing. There's a base hit by Escobar. He's 2 for 2, getting that batting average up to nearly 200.
That's right. And you know that's a center cut fastball, but he's not uppercutting it. He's not trying to hit it in the air. See how he stayed out on top? Great head position. Love the swing. Short, compact, top half of the ball.
Now Gordon. He flared one towards center field, but Brandon Crawford, the shortstop, had him played perfectly, and it's exactly where Crawford is right now. Strike 1.
When it comes to Escobar and Gordon and the fact they've gotten off to slow starts, that World Championship manager right there has more patience than anybody I know. He says every day they're going to hit. They're going to hit. Just be patient. Just let it happen.
As we check out our Academy leaderboard, Alex Gordon moving up the Royals all-time chart. 1,274 hits. The next man he'll meet is Mike Sweeney, and above that McRae and Wilson and Otis and White. George Brett long way away.
Some royalty names there.
Got that right. Alex swings and misses. Strikeout number 2 for Cueto. And that will bring Drew Butera to the plate. He grounded out to the first baseman his first time up. Quick pitch, Butera, strike 1.
Quick pitch breaking ball is a good idea, but the quick pitch fastball, it only speeds the hitter up. And when you quick pitch a guy, you're on high alert as a hitter, and you're going to tendencies to swing. When you put the wrinkle on it, then you're going to miss. You know, Dave Island had a few pitchers in the past that would quick pitch, and he didn't like it necessarily because they would throw fastballs and we'd get hit. He says, you know what, if you're going to quick pitch, put a wrinkle on it.
Hit to the second baseman, Joe Panik, who throws out Butera. But the Royals score 3 in the 3rd on 2 home runs. Back-to-back shots by Bonifacio and Lorenzo Cain.
Pilot to Bombardier. That's right.
They've got a 4-0 lead. Joel Goldberg back at AT&T Park, and just to the foul side of the foul pole. The other side has been good, as we saw Mike Moustakas going deep. Guys, we know this is a beautiful park. It's also a very unique one. Talking with Eric Hosmer, he said there are a lot of challenges, especially on the right side, whether it be a first baseman or a right fielder. Remember, Nori Aoki was playing some right field during the World Series, and then they moved Gerard Dyson in there. He said the wind can really just do crazy things here, as that'll be an easy one for Alcides Escobar. But what he said was that the wind, it so often can blow right to left, but also in. And so that can really wreak havoc for right fielders. And also you saw that final pop-up last night for Hosmer, as that ball looked like it was going in to the stands and then came back and pushing in. So that's one of the challenges. And then I asked Haas about hitting home runs here, and he said at nighttime, and you could see it during batting practice, the ball flies out during batting practice while it's still warm, and then it gets darker and it's much more difficult. But here we are in the day, and we've got 3 home runs. Guys, by the way, the only ever Royal to have homered here in this ballpark, regular season or playoffs, before today, Tony Graffinino back in 2005.
Wow.
Today they have 3, and now 13 home runs on this road trip, and this is just game 5. So here is Span, who struck out swinging his first time up, and Hamill very quickly jumps in front, 0-1. Well, Span gets hit by a pitch, slider down and in.
That's the 4th hit batter of the year. Now, Hamill didn't want to do that. Hit him on his back foot, the top of it. He is, not happy.
Well, to get back to what Joe was talking about, usually June is a month where the fog will roll in on the evening games, and it really kind of diminishes some of the power. That's one of the reasons San Francisco dead last in the National League in home runs with only 49.
But during the day, it lifts.
Yeah.
Can launch.
So much nicer than Candlestick Park.
Candlestick was out there right on that peninsula out there, and the water and the wind was unbelievable. It's cold. Nowadays they have heaters in these dugouts here. At the Candlestick, it's like an igloo in the dugout.
Yeah, they had a game delayed in 1964 at Candlestick Park when Dodgers center fielder Willie Davis lost a ball in the fog.
That's crazy.
Not the sun, the fog. I mean, it would you couldn't see from center field to left field at times.
Yeah, before the game, we used to go out there and hit fly balls to each other for amusement to see if we could catch it. The wind was so bad out there. It's interesting place.
I remember a game in 1993 at Candlestick Park when a raccoon came out on the field and delayed the game. I mean, they had all kinds of cats, raccoons, possum out at the stick. Hamill's pitch in there for a strike, 1-2.
Nice. Got it. Nunez said, I don't think that was a strike. Of course, you remember the earthquake shortened World Series in '88. Was that '89?
That was the earthquake that Oakland won it, and it really wasn't fair because they had 9 days, I believe, in between the first 2 games of the series, and the 2 hottest pitchers that Oakland had, Dave Stewart and Mike Moore, pitched 1 and 2, and then also pitched 3 and 4 because they had so much rest in between.
Yep.
Giants had no chance. Span not running as much as he used to. He used to get 25 to 30 steals, but he is 0 for 2 this year. Had 12 steals last year and was caught 7 times. Most opponents steal off Hamill. He has incorporated that slide step, but a lot of times with that high leg kick, if you guess right. Hamill freezing now brings it and punching it towards right. It's Nunez, but it will fall innocently and stay at 1 ball 2 strikes. Nunez they acquired from the Minnesota Twins last year. He was one of the Twins' better players, even though Minnesota had a 100-loss season. Nunez hit .296 with 12 home runs and stole 30 bases for the Twins, and then acquired and stole 27 more for the Giants.
What a season he had.
Back up the middle, and it's picked off by Merrifield. He'll go to first, then back to second, and they don't get Span.
Interesting. Hamill, if he did slow the ball down, that's one thing, but the other was that at least he let it get through him, and we could get one out there. See, and he went right by one to field. Now Whitley, pretty good decision here, except you want to get him going back towards first base. If you can get him going back, then you would have completed the double play.
Yeah, I quite frankly thought he was going to run him back just to make sure the runner doesn't get into scoring position, because I don't think they had a chance at the double play.
And that's a judgment play there, but Whitley tried to get 2 for sure. Get out of the inning.
Bell popped up to third. His first time up. Brandon Story, a great one. He was a terrific pitcher throughout high school and his college years, and at the University of Texas had arm problems and switched to hitting. And he said the only thing he ever really wanted to do was play baseball, and when you hurt your arm and you're a pitcher so badly, you think, well, that might be it. But he really applied himself, and at the end of his college career became a very accomplished hitter, and Giants took a chance on him. He continued to work on his craft, and now an everyday first baseman for a world championship team. Ned almost got drilled on that last foul ball.
Incoming, watch out.
Span at second base, 2 out. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Good block by Butera. No advance. Span with 1 out was hit by a pitch, went to second, and the ground out by Nunez. Hamill's pitch efficiency has been very good with just 41, and we told you that last start against Houston he averaged only 13 pitches per inning. Broken bat flare to right. Merrifield had him play perfectly in shallow right, makes the catch, and Hamill with 3 shutout innings has a 4-0 lead. trivia question. Name the 5 pitchers to earn a postseason complete game win with the Royals. Well, Johnny Cueto is one of them, certainly. Game 2 against the New York Mets, he was sensational.
Sure remember that. That was a lot of fun.
Well, who can forget the '85 MVP? Brett Saberhagen.
Oh, man. And the postseason complete game win.
You know, I'm going to guess Leo only because he completed like everything. How about Dennis Leonard?
Yeah, maybe split. How about Volquez?
I don't think he had a complete game. But how about like Charlie Lebrand or Danny Jackson? The Royals had such good pitching back then. And how about a pretty good swing by Jason Hamill, although he lines out, so he'll just peel off and head back to the dugout. But Cueto was dazzling, and that was right after the Royals won that tremendous comeback in game 1 that Gordon tied it with the home run. Chris Young pitched so well in extra innings, and then Hosmer had the sac fly to win it, and then Cueto deals the next day. So you're heading to New York up 2 victories to none. Merrifield pops up to short, 2 out. And here is Bonifacio, who had that long distance home run back in inning number 3 to center field.
Went through a little spell, you know, right at the end of the homestand, and then into San Diego. He was swinging and missing a lot of pitches, striking out 3, 4, 5 times. But now he's got it back right here. That foot's the whole key. That's the key. Look what he does. He just turns it, looks, goes straight away right there. It's really a very nice swing. And speaking of that front foot, he just fouled one off it. He just goes up on his toe. That's as much as his stride as you're going to get out of it. Let's see where that got him. He's got that shin guard on, but where'd he get him? Ooh, above it.
Unbelievable.
Below the knee. Yeah. Think that guard would take care of it? Oof.
A flare to right, but caught by Brandon Belt. So Johnny Cueto bounces back with a solid 4th inning. Park in San Francisco, and students join us at the K every Wednesday home game for Student Night presented by Inc. Magazine. You can purchase tickets for only $10 with your student ID. Plus, enjoy a happy hour special at the Boulevard Radler Station concession stand as you listen to live local music on the Outfield Experience stage before the game. Visit Royals.com/student night for the full list of bands and for tickets. Now we get another look at Buster Posey. He is the oldest of 4, 2 brothers and a sister. First pitch, breaking ball up, and his coach at Florida State, Mike Martin, said Buster was the greatest leader he ever had, and he said that's why I moved him from shortstop to catcher, and he said I couldn't believe how quickly he adapted to the position. And Mike said when you usually put catching gear on a guy who's never played that position, he said they kind of walk like a duck. It's just awkward to be in all that gear. And he said no, with him it was like, oh my gosh, look at him frame the pitches. That glove is like a pillow. And he said he was a natural.
Yep. And a lot of shortstops have moved to catcher. Salvi was a shortstop early in his day. But Yadier Molina was as well. Because you like those guys with good hands back there. Because they're going to in on every single pitch. Drew's alerting Moose, the breaking ball's coming. Or they're coming in there.
And even though he was an All-American shortstop, he became an All-American catcher in college. And that's why Martin made this shift. He said when he took over as catcher, everything for the team changed. Best leader he's ever had. Strike in there. Posey grounded out his first time up. Now 4 for 15 in his career against the Royals right-hander. Foul tipped into the glove. Great comeback after being down 3-1. Hamill comes back and gets the strikeout, his second of the day.
Elevation by design. See, he's all over the Fox Tracks Missouri Lottery box. But he stayed right up top. Snuck it by him. .94. That's plenty of velo.
Now the lefty Crawford. And he'll try and drop one successfully to right field for a base hit. 1 on, 1 out. The Royals and Fox Sports Kansas City are offering a unique way for fans across the Midwest to enjoy a game at Kauffman Stadium. It's the Raised Royal Fan Express. Fans in designated markets will have the opportunity to win a trip to the K. Next stop is Topeka on June 24th. Go to Royals.com/Fan Express for more information. And I know, Hud, you greet those fans a lot on the Fan Express.
Well, I love to. Sometimes their timing's off a little bit, but it's so fun to greet those folks up there at the top of the ramp. They're all excited to watch some Royals baseball.
Hunter Pence singled to left field his first time up. Just did get it by Escobar. Esky and Merrifield have turned into a very good double play combination. Hamill does not induce that many ground balls. Now today, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's unusual, but he has only induced 1 double play all season long, and this is his 13th start. So how about 2? Got it in the air. Bonifacio at the track pulls it down, and Crawford back to first base. Now Joe Panic. Joe tried to go to the opposite field and lines it sharply foul. His last time up, he had an opposite field base hit to left. He's another one of those guys, a college shortstop. Started 3 years at St. John's. When he was drafted, San Francisco moved him to second base, and he has become one of the premier defenders at that position in the National League.
Got him a Gold Glove last year now.
Yep.
It's good.
Again, the shot at left field.
That double play he turned against us in the World Series, that just killed our rally we had. Everybody, you guys hear everybody go, oh.
And Eric Hosmer diving headlong towards first base to try and deny the double play. Giants would win in 7 games, but going into the 15th season, because of that experience, the Royals were the ones with the chip on their shoulder, and they won the Central. Line drive base hit to right field for Panic. So he is 2 for 2, and Crawford makes it all the way to third.
Right down the middle, right at the top of the zone. Very easy swing. Stayed on top.
So 2 on, 2 out, and the guy at the plate, Austin Slater, has been in this situation before, back in the 2nd inning, and he grounded out on the first pitch he saw from Whit Merrifield from Jason Hamill, obviously.
It's 3 for 7 with runners in scoring position here. He's hitting .429.
He goes after the first pitch again and fouls it off. Strike 1.
Hamill, all pitchers are aware of where the opposing pitcher is in the batting order, and for this situation right here, you can pick your poison. Do you want to challenge him, or do you want to face Cueto with him loaded? That's the dilemma, but I think he's going right after Slater. He's got a 4-run lead. He's probably going to just go right after 2 outs. Take his chances.
But it likely will be on Hamill's terms.
I don't think he's too concerned with a walk. I mean, even though he's had in his last 2 outings, he's had no walks. That's pretty special for him this year.
Up and in, and it is a 2-1 count. Single by Crawford with 1 out. Single by Panic with 2 out. First and third. Line drive just over the leaping Whit Merrifield into right center field. Crawford comes home, and it is a 4-1 game.
Very nice inside out swing. Hamill decided he wanted to challenge him, and he made him pay it. It's a little slider, 87, but it's right in the middle of the plate. Perfect pass on the ball. Whitley did all he could.
Well, Jason had the opportunity to work around Slater. Instead, he chose to pitch to him. Now he'll face Cueto, who is 1 for 24 this year. And Johnny takes strike one.
And you know, Hamill, all 5 hits he's given up this afternoon have all been in the middle of the plate. So, you know, sometimes you're going to miss, and the hitter misses too. But the Giants, they've not missed any of them. They've all squared them up perfectly.
And then Hamill throws a wicked slider, and Johnny with a swing where he might need a boat oar to reach that one.
Yep, and Drew keeping that ball in front of him, saving a run. He needed a little bit longer bat to reach that one.
A chopper, tough play for Hamill. Backhands, throws, and got him. And that does it for San Francisco. They get a run on 3 hits. Royals still lead by 3. In FS1, and today's starting pitcher Hamill loves golf and said he'll be tuned to the right channel.
I'm a big fan of Rory, and I'm a big fan of a lot of the younger guys. You know, it's fun to watch. I'm a big avid golfer, so I kind of like watching that, not to see who's going to win, but to try and pick up tips and stuff like that, just because I enjoy the game so much.
I'll bet he can hit it far. 6'6", that kind of leverage.
Better believe it.
And Drew Butera might be the best golfer on the team. And Drew at one time was almost a scratch golfer. And he and his dad were out with Mike Swanson down at Pebble Beach the other day and enjoying the day off.
I think Vargas might have a little say in that too. He's a good golfer.
That's a good point. You and I can broadcast that. Maybe on FS1, the Gutierrez versus the Vargases.
Love to do it.
Lorenzo Cain is 2 for 2 with a single and a home run to left. He has now scored a run in 7 straight games.
Let's take a look at this 7th homer right here. Look at it. Nice. He didn't lean all the way back, but he got it for sure. And that's the line shot was to the topspin. Johnny Cueto can't believe it. He's only given up 7 home runs in this ballpark, and 3 have been today.
And this is when opponents usually get to Johnny Cueto, and the offense makes adjustments. This is the 3rd time he's facing the Royals in the order.
Yep, there you go.
And 6 of the 13 home runs he has given up have been to the guy's third time through the order.
And you know, that's typical. When it's the reverse, when it's the higher average early and the second time through lower and the third time even lower, that really speaks volumes of the pitcher and his strengths, and the fact that just the hitters have seen him second, third time through, they still can't get anything off of him. It's frustrating for a hitter.
And a walk to Lorenzo Cain. He walks for the 27th time this year. Fans, you can decide which players you think are All-Star Game worthy by casting your vote through the Major League Baseball All-Star Game ballot on your computer, tablet, or phone. Vote today and at Royals.com/vote and catch all the excitement from Miami during the Major League Baseball All-Star Game on July 11th on Fox. The guy at the plate certainly deserving.
Get Haas to Miami.
Let's check out where he stands in the voting.
Well, we know he's All-Star worthy, and he's creeping up. Come on, man. Our fans can make that move, no doubt. Johnny, he's paying attention to Locaine because Locaine's 12 for 12 this year. Steals.
Hosmer lined out to left his last time up. He takes a strike here. The American League leader is Cameron Maybin of the Angels, and we'll see the Angels next. Maybin playing every day because of the injury to Mike Trout. Off the plate, 1-2. Gerard Dyson, former Royal, with 16. Elvis Andrus with 15. DeShields with 14. And then Cain with 12. Down the left field line. Cain races for third, and they will hold him there. And the Royals have second and third with nobody out here in the fifth.
And hit the mound down there, the 10-inch mound, and it kicked off the wall. Had it gone to the corner, he would have knocked in Locaine. Now look at that. That's a pitch exactly where he wants to hit that. That's in Haas's wheelhouse. Good level swing. Bat stays in the hitting zone a long time, and he's able to keep that ball fair. See how that ball kicked right to Slater. There it is. That tells the story right there. That's big time. Open up the field, use the whole field, find more holes.
So a walk to Cain, a double by Hosmer. Now Cueto facing one of the hottest Royals, and Moustakas flips this one foul.
Too bad. That would have worked.
Yeah. He hit one well over 400 into the McCovey Cove. His 18th home run of the year.
Infield in certainly shrinks the field. It makes it a little bit easier to find that hole. Moose's eyes tell his hands where that mistake is, middle in, and he usually goes right to it. Has a good downward angle to his swing, so when he catches most of his homers, they're all backspin, and the backspin makes it carry. He's only hit a few topspin homers this year.
One ball, two strikes. Cueto has only struck out 2. And he usually averages a strikeout per inning. Had 81 in 81 innings coming into this game, and struck out 198 last year, a little more than 200 innings. Mike swings and misses and strikes out. So I'll ask and answer our trivia question brought to you by Sprint. Name the 5 pitchers to earn a postseason complete game win with the Royals. We got a few of them.
Yep.
Larry Gura.
Didn't miss him. You got Danny Jackson.
Yeah. The only one we missed was was Larry Gura in 1980.
Huh.
Where they played the Phils in the World Series and Philadelphia would win. But what I remember most about the 1980 season was obviously George Brett and his pursuit of the 400 batting average, but also the fact that they beat those Yankees in the postseason.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great. George went deep again and again.
Yep. Infield still in for Esky. Cueto trying to pitch him in to jam it, get a little ground ball, a little pop up. Escobar, a 283 hitter with the runner at second and beyond, and he's got second and third right here. Those 2 swings he had to the right side past Belt in last night's game were just beautiful thing. That's exactly where Escobar wants to stay. That side of the field. Get the average up. That's it. Cueto, he's definitely trying to beat him inside.
He might be pitching around him too with first base open. Try and set up the double play with 1 out. Escobar has doubled and singled in his 4 hits in the first 2 games of this series with the Giants. Escobar does not walk that often. Only 6 times this year has he walked.
Just put the ball past the pitcher and you got a base hit, 2 ribbies. Haas with a big lead over there at second base. Whenever the defenders are in front of you, that's nice. You're like, okay, I can get a huge lead.
3-2. Cueto trying to keep the Giants in it. Escobar trying to bust the game open.
Yeah, they got to get 1 home here, at least. Oh,
In their strike 3 call. Really surprised him.
Way too close to take. I'm surprised he didn't swing. They don't hack. They'll send you back. Esky's, he turned on that for a double off of Cueto his first time up. You know, he's hot.
Now the Royals need a clutch 2-out base hit after they had runners on second and third with nobody out, and back-to-back strikeouts by Cueto of Moustakas and Escobar. Alex pulls it into the Royals dugout and everybody was ducking over there.
Cueto, he doing a nice job. Got second and third, nobody out. Struck out Moose. Got Escobar looking. Alex has been really good lately because he's been trusting his hands. And a little leveler bat on his shoulders. He just lays it up there.
Ball, 2 strikes.
It's not a strike. He's got to look down over. Now he's going to have to be a little bit defensive. Fight him off.
He's done that twice to Alex after getting the count his way coming upstairs.
Next where he's at eye level, you know, he's been pitching guys in. He pitched Escobar in. He wanted a jam shot, and he's doing the same thing for Alex, like most pitchers this season have been putting him in.
Once again, first base is open, so you're on Cueto's terms. Right-hander Drew Butera is waiting in the on-deck circle.
Giant fans trying to help out Cueto.
He walked him on a pitch just barely outside, and now the bases are loaded for Butera.
Alex eyeballing him. I think his 25th walk. Seeing a lot of pitches.
He had 91 pitches, not yet through 5 innings for Johnny Cueto. So he's really trying to work the corners against these hot Royals who came in scoring 31 runs in the first 4 games of this road trip.
It's the first time Drew's had the bases loaded when he went back to the plate. So let's see what he can do. Usually, I want to say 80% of the time, hitters swing at the first pitch with him loaded because that pitcher, the pressure's on him and he's trying to get ahead of you so he can execute his pitches. Here comes something funky here. Good location. Little slider. 87.
And he throws it again and strikes out Butera. The Royals leave the bases loaded.
To the hill, Danny Duffy starting to get back to the hill as we take a look at the University of Kansas Health System injury report update. Talking to head trainer Nick Kenny, he said that Danny is in the early stages of what he calls mound progression. They're reintroducing stress. He's not fully healed yet, but he's progressing through 20 pitches the other day in a side session, and then as long as he responds well to that, On Friday, he should throw around 30, and then if that goes well, on Monday, he would throw again under the watchful eye of Dave Island. And then it would really be a decision of how he looks, where he's at as he builds back up. Base hit there to lead off the inning. And so, guys, if that goes well with Island, maybe the next step would be live batting practice. But really, they have to get him closer to game time shape. Right now, very happy where he's at and optimistic with the progression.
Way ahead of schedule. Way to go, Joel.
That's a good sign. We also saw Nathan Carnes in a bullpen session with Dave Island earlier this morning. That was good to see because they had backed off Nathan Carnes after he still had some inflammation in that right forearm.
Definitely Johnny Cueto swung the momentum back to the Giants. Royals second and third, nobody out. He strikes out the side. Now they get up here, span, first hitter, first pitch, base hit to left field. Giants on the attack.
Yeah, this is a big inning for Kansas City and Hamill. He's given up 4 hits to the last 6 batters he's faced. And this is the 3rd time the Giants offense seeing the Royal right-hander who has never beaten San Francisco in his history. Strike in there.
It's a good spot. Down low. Looking to turn that. Put him in the lane. Double play. Nunez is ground into 6.
But he lines it to right, and Bonifacio is there.
Tell you what, nothing upsets a hitter more. Do everything you want to do. It's so hard to get a base hit. Yeah, that's frustration. That's what that is. At least he's able to pick up his helmet and go back to the dugout. But that little rush of anger, it happens to every player. Some can control it, some can't.
And we're getting the ball up a little bit here in the last 2 innings. Belt is their top power hitter with 11 home runs this year. Chasing still good velocity on that fastball, 93, 94 miles an hour.
He looks strong. Trying to get ahead, finish him with the slider in the dirt.
Popped him up left side. Does Moose have room? Moves near the dugout, and now Butera comes out of nowhere. He had a better angle with the sun because Mike was staring straight up at the sun and drew away from it.
Hey, great communication there. You're exactly right. Butera looking out towards left field away from the sun. Looked twice down. Now he stays with it. He could tell Moose wasn't on it, but that's really good of Butera to be able to pick that ball up after looking at Moose twice en route to it. That's good focus, good awareness, and a big out.
And now an even tougher offensive player in Posey, hitting .408 his last 13 games until he grounded out and struck out against Hamill today. Line drive to left. That's a base hit. So 2 on with 2 out. And Crawford the batter. And he represents the tying run.
He didn't miss that. That had some topspin on it. Landed about 20 feet in front of Alex.
The Royals with 4 runs on 8 hits. The Giants with 1 run on 7 hits. Both teams have had a tough time hitting in the clutch. San Francisco has left 5, and the Royals have left 7 runners on base. Strike 1. And then Crawford goes after the fastball at 93. That was just above the belt.
Out of the zone. Crawford hitting just 212 with the runner in scoring position.
And that's in the dirt. Both runners will advance. Now second and third with the count 1 ball 2 strikes. Brandon Crawford.
This would be the 5th wild pitch. Look at that. I mean, wow. That hit the umpire's mask. It hit a toe hole in the left side of the batter's box. Kicked all the way up off the umpire's mask. Drew had no chance. Big pitch here. Strand him.
He struck him out. What a wicked slider, and Crawford slams his helmet down in disgust. Great job by Hamill. Good pitching we've seen in tough situations this afternoon. Royals power early. 3 home runs, 1 by Moustakas, 1 by Bonifacio, another by Kane. And here's a ground ball struck to Crawford, and Hamill is the first out of the 6th inning as Cueto staying in the ball game. Contos, who had been up in the Giants bullpen the previous inning, nobody's up there now. This is our Sonic Slam inning, and the jackpot is right now at $300. Our contestant is Eva Welch from Warrensburg. If the Royals hit a home run out of the park, People will win $300, but if the Royals get a grand slam, either you get 25 grand from Sonic and the Royals. Merrifield 1 for 3. He dropped a bunt single back in the third, and then Bonifacio laced a home run well over 400 feet to straightaway center field.
Hey, now Whitley's got 6 home runs, Eva. Don't give up on Whit. Got some pop. He'll go really right field, left field. He's even got 2 opposite field homers at the K.
And there is a flare just beyond Crawford's second hit for Merrifield. 2 hit Whit has done it again.
That's right. And that bat died a hero. Very nice. Jam shot, take it all day long. You get up underneath it, it's a little jam shot to the shortstop, 1 hopper, you're out at first, but oh, you love those.
The 9 hits off of Johnny Cueto. That's the most he has allowed this year.
And Royals aren't done with him.
Strike 1 to Bonifacio. He was 1 for 3 with that home run. His 9th of the year. Now 22 RBIs.
One out. The kind of hands that Bonifacio has. Let's see a little hit and run here on Johnny Cueto. See if Ned puts it on. He was studying Jershly. Bonifacio was. He was making sure he got it. Cueto thinks something's up. Whitley didn't get a big lead there at all, and that tells me that you don't want to get picked off on a hit and run. Could be going here.
Way inside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
That wouldn't have worked there.
Osage has begun to warm down in the San Francisco bullpen. He threw 29 pitches in the 5th, 29 in the 3rd. Threw 106 in only 5 innings of his last start. Merrifield had a very modest lead at first base. Cueto certainly thinks something is on. Pretty good running count, 2-1. That's into left field and deep, and it is up against the wall. Merrifield races around third. They'll send him home. Throw by Crawford, not in time. The Royals lead 5-1.
Bonifacio at it again. Now he hit that off the end. He didn't quite get it all, but look, enough to knock in another run. The 5th today and the 3rd by Bonifacio off of his bat. Look at this. Now they're sitting away from him, but it ended up center cut. 85, little off-speed pitch that didn't quite mature, and it stayed up and he got it. You can't leave anything in the zone to Jorge. He'll hit it. Didn't miss it.
How about that? Bonifacio, the rookie, has a career high 3 RBIs yesterday and matches it a day later. We're still in the 6th inning. He had been 1 for 20 before getting hot with the 2 hits yesterday and 3 RBIs and 2 more hits today and 3 RBIs. Now Kane down the line. Tough play for Nunez, and wow, that's a great play by Nunez.
Sure was. He threw it before a lot of third basemen would, and Belt was very patient.
Fortunately, Bonifacio was able to make it to third, and now a change will be made. As Bochy waiting for the announcement, now he will be coming out, and it looks like we will get Osich as the new pitcher for San Francisco. This is our Chevy call to the bullpen. The Royals lead it 5-1. Go to the K. Every Friday night home game now through August will include Buck Night and summer fireworks. You heard us, all the hot dogs and peanuts you want with Buck Night, presented by Price Chopper, and finish strong with summer fireworks presented by Popsicle and Price Chopper. Two ballpark favorites, one epic Friday night. Get your tickets at Royals.com. Visit an area Price Chopper location or call 1-800-6-ROYALS. Well, they're bringing on the lefty to face the lefty, Eric Hosmer. Eric 1 for 3 in the game with a double his last time up. But Eric has really been swinging the bat well against lefties lately.
Sure has. Osich is a power pitcher. And a big arm, but he's going to throw that breaker away.
Big strong guy out of Boise, Idaho, where his grandfather and father owned land at the base of the Boise foothills where they raised cattle. Bonifacio at third base. And Haas just did get under that one. Good swing. Haas with 26 RBIs. You see what he has done with runners in scoring position. He has 2 home runs on this trip. Well, that kind of fooled Eric as he backed away, as it looked like that might bite on the inside corner, but did not.
Haas coming into today hit .316 off of lefties. 2 home runs of the 7 off of lefty. Lousy single would work. Ooh. Haas corkscrewed in the ground on that one.
Is that a cutter that he worked away at 90 miles an hour?
He's got an excellent cutter.
Left-handers only batting .189 against Osich. Left side, Crawford backhands. Hosmer is out, but Bonifacio, the rookie, has done it again. He has driven in 3 of the Royals' 5 runs. They lead by 4.
It's the final of this little short 2-game set here at AT&T, and he has not disappointed. Now he has just 3 strikeouts, but I'm going to tell you, he's gotten ahead of hitters most of the afternoon. 16 of 23 first pitch strikes. That's a beautiful thing. The slider's working nice, hasn't walked a batter, and he's keeping his team in the game. He's got a 4-run lead here. Steady as she goes. 74 pitches, getting some early count outs, doing another nice job. All of a sudden, he's found himself 3rd excellent start in a row.
Yeah, he's allowed just 5 runs in 18 2/3 innings against Cleveland, Houston, and now the Giants. You know how prolific the Indians and Astros offenses are. That's not the case for San Francisco. They're 13th in batting in the National League and 2nd to last in runs scored and dead last in home runs. And Pence is 1 for 2 today. Singled his first time up, flied out to right.
Hold him down.
He went. Oh, that looks good.
Oh, man, huh? And, you know, ice cream's not going to melt on a 69-degree day.
Sure does taste good, though. And it has been gorgeous weather here in the Bay Area. Magnificent walking weather in the city. Fans all excited about the success of their basketball team, the Golden State Warriors, who won their 2nd world championship in the last 3 years.
No walks, make him earn it.
Pence was ready, but swings and misses. And for Hamill, that's his 4th strikeout.
Very nice. Little slider. Almost looked like a cutter. Didn't have a whole lot of break to it, but it fooled him. Look how he's staying out of the middle. That's a nice finishing pitch right there. It fooled him. Most hitters are looking fastball. You just can't do it anymore. The era of the breaking ball, curve ball, man, that's what they throw now.
Now facing Joe Panic. He is 2 for 2 with a single to left, a single to right. Now 12 hits in his last 9 games. He missed a little time earlier last week because he had a injury, jammed his left thumb. Did not play yesterday. Aaron Hill got the start at second base. Goes to left field. Gordon right on the line makes the catch, and 2 out. You know, fans, there's no better way to enjoy a Royals game than with a group of friends, employees, or customers receive discounted ticket rates and a complimentary message on the outfield scoreboard when you purchase 20 or more tickets. Large groups also have the opportunity for complimentary tickets, on-field presentations, and batting practice field visits, depending on group size and availability. Call 816-504-4040, option 4, or email groupsales@royals.com for rates and availability. And one of the things that Jason Hamill today, Jason Vargas last night, who went 7, they really have allowed Ned Yost and Dave Island to get their bullpen well rested.
Oh, indeed.
High fly ball to left. Should be a can of corn for Gordon. Angles his body perfectly, makes the catch. What a great job by Hamill. 1 run in 6 innings.
Fantastic. Hitting against Johnny Cueto, their former teammate. That's right, they don't care. They're raking him. 10 hits. Now 6 of those 10 have come from the top 3 hitters in the order. Ed Yost, scrambling that order a week or so ago, has worked out. The top is getting on for the meat, and the meat's driving him in. Cueto can't believe it. That's right, we do have a home run in the Cove, and that was by Moose. Not one hop, but it's still in the Cove, in my opinion.
Absolutely. If it's wet, it's legal. They've got the splash hits up there, and it still reached 73. Well, I wonder if that's just for theirs.
Let's make it a real deal here.
Yeah, they just list the Giants' splash hits, and most of them by Barry Bonds. Moose taps one. Osich will just wait and tag him out. Well, here comes Escobar, who is 2 for 3 in the game with a double, a single. He did strike out looking his last time up with runners on second and third, but the Royals were able to scramble for another run in the 6th on a single by Merrifield, a double by Bonifacio, push that lead to 5-1. The Giants offense has been really quiet. I mean, last night was the 17th time this year that they've scored 1 or fewer runs. That's the most in the National League. Most times. So they're going to be hard pressed to come back in this one. Way Hamill is throwing in a well-rested bullpen. Strike in there to Escobar.
Yeah, you know, we've heard the numbers before. The Giants, you know, in their wins, they're scoring 5.69 runs per game compared to just 2.3 runs per game in their losses. So we know what that's all about. If you can't score runs, you don't win, especially in the American League. Offenses are a lot tougher when you got 1 through 9 who can all hit. There's no pitcher at the bottom of the order. And usually in front of the pitcher in the National League is not so light, or a light hitting shortstop or second baseman, but American League, man, it's tough to negotiate your way through their power lineups.
Well, Johnny Cueto was outstanding last year, won 18 games, and he was fantastic at home in this ballpark, which is a pitcher's ballpark. But the Royals with 10 hits off of Cueto. Just the second time in his tenure with San Francisco he's allowed 10 hits in a game. Escobar has that batting average up to 190. Now a 3-2 count. Got an interesting game for you tomorrow at the Big A, as Matt Strahm will make his first start as a Royal, being opposed by the veteran Ricky Nolasco. Base hit left field, so Escobar has his 3rd hit of the day.
Ties his season high. Let's check him out now. Okay, look, he's staying short now. He just lifts up that front foot and puts it down. He's not moving too far forward with his weight. Head position, I love his head position. He's staying down with his head. That way he's keeping his hands right through the ball, and he's not uppercutting anymore, thankfully. That was getting really tough to watch his at-bats the first 2 months of the season. Finally, he's gotten it out of his head. He's going to run into one once in a while, but he's not a home run hitter, and he knows it. But now he's able to work it the way he's going to be so valuable to this ball club if he can add a little bit of offense in there.
He hit 7 last year and showed up at spring training believing that he could hit more, and then a goose egg for the first 2 months of the season, and finally got one in San Diego.
That just the whole thought process messed him up. You know, your mind is very important out here in baseball, even though you try not to think too much. But when you tell yourself something, sometimes it's not truthful. You got to know who you are, and Escobar at this time in his career knows who he is.
You know, sometimes it's just as important to know who you are not.
Yeah, I agree with that. But one thing he knows he is a Gold Glove shortstop, and he has not taken the offense of woes out there to defense, nor has Alex. Picking up their end of the rope.
He does not go, and Alex swings and fouls it back. Good 97-mile-an-hour heater. Man, this Osich is dial it up a little bit.
He's a strong man, and guy likes the cutter and the changeup. Cutter sometimes turns in more of a breaking pitch. The more he takes off of the pitch, the slower he throws it, the more it breaks. But he's a guy who likes to spend some time in the weight room.
He hails from Oregon State. Graduated in 4 years and earned a degree in sociology. He told you about his background in small towns, being raised on a farm, and he said if he didn't play baseball, he would have been a park ranger, and still has time for that. Back up the middle, but right to Crawford. Touches second, goes to first, and late to get Gordon. 2 out.
Ball took a little funky hop off the mound. Crawford's able to handle it. Had it stayed straight, they might have doubled him up. See Crawford at the top. See this ball kind of caroms off. It took him off of the bag just enough to let Alex get in there.
Now Drew Butera, he is 0 for 3, a couple of ground outs, a strikeout. And Drew Butera, one of the best backup catchers in the American League, and he knows his first responsibility is to catch the starting pitcher. Jason Hamlin has done a wonderful job working Hamill this afternoon, who's allowed just 1 run in 6 innings.
Sure has.
Jason on deck, going to hit for himself. Rose would like a fully rested bullpen before they go to the Big A. They've got a 4-game series with the Angels starting tomorrow through Sunday. Line drive left field, and that'll drop for a hit, and Butera is on. So Osich will have to face the pitcher Hamill.
Nice job, because Hamill, he'd let off 2 out of the 3 times he's been up. That ball's elevated. Drew's good form there. All the hitters, seems like Dale Swaim's got them all working now. They're all clicking, and that's a beautiful thing. And you know you're going to ride that as long and as far as you can.
Hamill lined out to the shortstop back in inning number 4.
He can swing it. Look at him. He's got a little open stance to start right there with that foot there. He's open. He sees the ball, keeps his hips are ready to turn on any type of inside pitch. Watch his batting practices. They're not bad.
He's driven in 21 runs in his career.
That's right. He knows how to hit. He's got a good level plane. Look at his hands moving. See those hands moving? That means he's loose and relaxed, ready to fire. And he got a little flamingo kick in there.
They'll get the force at third base. The Royals lead 2. Bottom 7 we go. KC by 4. Find a servicing steel dealer at steeldealers.com or search STIHL. By Jeep, test drive a Jeep brand vehicle at the Drive and Discover event going on now. And brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all for less. Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler, Joe Goldberg with you at AT&T Park in San Francisco. Jason Hamill after his first win ever against the Giants. And Tomlinson, who came on to pinch hit last night, is coming on here in the 7th inning to bat for Osich.
Six for 19, doing a nice job off the bench. Trying to drag bunt. Hamill says, "Not, I'm too good an athlete. I can handle that."
Is that what he said?
That's exactly what he said. And you know, like Vargas, guys, these veteran pitchers, they understand that any comebackers, any awkward balls to their left or to their right that they're fielding can really throw off their game if they don't make the play. And if they panic and throw, you know, it make it worse. So they're under control. When they catch the ball, they take their time and get him at first base, get the out.
Yeah, and Jason was one of those athletes who was tall early and really had to grow into his body. He didn't even make the varsity baseball team until his senior year. That was his love. Good breaking ball in there, and his dad William gave Jason the love of his game. They had games in the backyard, wiffle ball, cul-de-sac, and unfortunately his dad never got to see him play pro ball as his pop died of a heart attack back in 1999. So his first child, Beckett Williams, shares his father's birthday, September 2nd.
Call it.
Pop up. Butera or Hosmer. It's going to be Drew with a nice basket catch.
Oh, you know what? Because that sun is right in Hosmer and moves the corner's eyes, and Butera showing some soft hands. And he's got the clear blue sky ahead of him, so he's not going to lose it. But look at that. You catch that ball down below you like that. It takes some good concentration. And way to help out. 2 down. Drew just told Haas, go ahead and back up. I got any foul balls over here. I'm hot, and so is my pitcher. Steady as she goes. You beat offenses like the Houston Astros, the Cleveland Indians, that are beasts from 1 through 9 that can take you deep. You can beat the Giants. I'm sure he told himself that coming in. There's a lot of baseball left today still, but it's a nice little cushion he's got. Especially Bonifacio getting that run back with that nice RBI.
Well, this is the Jason Hamill that Chicago Cub fans got to see a lot last year. He had a career high 15 wins last season. He might have won 17, 18 games had he been healthy in September. And that ball's going to drop right between Kane and Gordon, and racing to second base is Nunez with a double. Now the Royals will get their bullpen busy.
17th double, Nunez. He earned that. That's a leg double. That's the most doubles on the Giants. Just
and that was a good pitch too.
Yeah, perfectly placed, and no chance. Ball had hung up in the air long enough to where Nunez said, "Hey, I can make it." Minor getting ready. Moreland on the left. Minor on the right. Doug Henry getting called into some catching duties.
Yeah, if Hamill can get out of this frame, he could even go 8. He's right only at 92 pitches. Hasn't really had one taxing inning. He did have a tough situation in that 5th with 2 on, 2 out, facing Brandon Crawford, but struck him out. And Crawford was representing the tying run. Belt is 0 for 3. All 3 times popping up. 2-1. Back even at 2-2.
Belt's pole hitter. Interesting how Moose is here. Most of the time they put Moose right there, so they have at least they have this part of the infield covered. But Moose is over there just playing a little bit deeper than he normally would.
And with a runner at second base.
His run don't mean anything. If he wants to take third with 2 outs, let him have it. Get more interested in defending the hitter.
Hamels had a lot of confidence in that slider. We saw him throw it on a 3-1 count, 3-2 count. Matter of fact, he threw it on a 3-2 count to get Crawford in that 5th inning. Struck him out. We will see a full count at 3-2. And we'll snap that baseball into his glove. Inside. And here comes Ned. You know, Hamill wanted to go 7 for the 2nd straight outing for his ball club, and he got the first 2 outs, getting Tomlinson, then Span, but then that bloop double followed by a walk. And I believe they want Peter Moylan to face the right-handed swinging Buster Posey. This is our Chevy call to the bullpen in the 7th, with the Royals leading 5-1.
Hold on for Hamill to get his first career win against these guys.
Of just 1 run and 6 2/3, but as he exits, he knows that the guys on base belong to him, so he's hoping that Peter Moylan can get the right-hander Buster Posey out. This is the 31st time that Moylan has come out of that bullpen.
That's right. 1 and done. That's all he'll have to do if he can just get through this guy here. Posey's not easy.
1 for 3 today and hitting over 400 the last couple of weeks. And he waves at the first pitch slider.
Yeah, sinker slider. Those are his pitches. He's good. He knows his job. That's the one he likes to get off the plate, but then he'll start one at the hitter and it'll break back over for a strike. So 2 different locations for that slider Moylan likes to use.
Back up the middle at Moylan's feet, picks it up, throws, and gets him. When that was a smash right back at Peter, who I think took it in the gut.
Oh, buddy, that's right. The old Joey. Joey protected him in that one.
Well, from down under, all the Kangaroos have a good Joey.
You better believe it. Home runs are at a premium. Moose one-hopped one into McCovey Cove for his 18th. That was beautiful. That got it all started there. Bonifacio took a nice easy swing. Looked like he was had a wiffle ball bat in his backyard. He hit his 9th and leaned back low. Kane got his 7th, and Johnny Cueto couldn't believe it, as the Royals so far are up in this one 5-1. Fizz, beautiful thing now. They aim at that. Cueto has not given up 10 hits all year, and our Royals got to him.
Well, after Osich did a good job, now Derek Law comes out of the bullpen, a right-hander out of Pittsburgh. He was the Giants' 9th-round pick in 2011 out of Miami-Dade Community College. And Merrifield with a drive to center field. That's a way back, and that one's off the top of the wall. So Merrifield with his 3rd hit of this game.
7th double for 3-hit Witt. And he got some extension. Law wasn't fooling anybody. Down to the bottom of the zone, 93. He turned it around about 105. That's right. Good swing. Man, is that nice. Look at him now. He becomes a runner. He's hoping it went out. It didn't. Okay, I'll pull the parachute right here. We'll stay here and look for Jorge to continue to drive in runs.
He tied his career high with an RBI double his last time up. Back-to-back games, 3 RBI.
Law's a little funky, has a little bit of a funky backswing to his delivery. 93 to 96, good sinking action to his fastball slider change.
And he had been really good against right-handed batters lately. There's a pop-up. Foul territory, Posey over and makes the basket catch for out number 1. Merrifield unable to advance. So Kane comes up, and he's been on base 3 times. The only time they got him out, Nunez made a fantastic play down the line, skipping the throw to the first baseman belt to barely catch Kane. Or he would be 3 for 3 with a walk. Merrifield goes, pitch taken, throw by Posey, not in time, and that's stolen base number 7 for Whit Merrifield.
Go ahead, Whitley. Ah, look at that. I mean, he was off before Law even picked up his foot. He ripped him off.
Giants will bring their infield in. Kane with 21 RBIs. Well outside. We figured he'd get the green light, and he laces it to left, and unable to make the basket catch in left is Slater, so it's a single for Kane. And Lorenzo drives in Merrifield to make it 6-1 KC.
Nice try, but just didn't have his glove open at the right place. Maybe it closed it too soon. Let's see now again here, a close one. Yeah, he just missed it. Didn't keep that glove open. Not easy to make a running catch with your shoes like that, but look, Locane says, come on, where's the love, fellas? Let's go.
And he says he doesn't swing on 3-0 counts that often, but twice in the last week he has come through on 3-0 counts. And now a base hit by Hosmer to right field, and Kane is going for third. Pence with the throw, not in time, and now Hosmer will advance.
Haas was already moving on the throw. He saw Pence airmail it, and he took off. But nice job of Law, at least by backing up. That saved him another run. Locane kind of glided into second base. Pence picked up the ball, and Locane put it in gear. Nice little lousy single here by Haas. He'll take it, a pull shot to right side. Look at Locane. He kind of deked him there, and Pence wasn't in great throwing position. Nunez wouldn't pick it up and whiffed it. Second and third, one out. Time to keep the pressure on. Can the Royals score 8 or more today?
Well, they've got 15 hits again. And Moose had one right in his wheelhouse and fouled it back. And we started the game, we were talking about 6 players had multi-hit games last night. They have 5 today. Frenzy hitting.
Love it, love it. Continue it. Look at Ned. He's saying, Pete, what do you think? Pedro Grifal's going, I don't know, Skip. Whatever they're feeding him, keep feeding him. I asked Moose yesterday if he thought he could put one in the bay. He says, depends on the wind, Hud. I don't know. Well, he already got one when the flags were blowing straight down. Now look at him. He's got a little wind to help him. I guess that means there's no wind then, but oh, Moose is waiting for his pitch. 3-1.
Yeah, that's 3 straight that Law has tried to tease him down and unable to get a strike. Now the count 3-1. Escobar on deck.
It's not bad. Took a shot to left field.
Mike leads the team in RBIs with 39. Trying to move into the top 10 in the American League in that department. Nelson Cruz came into the day with 52 RBIs with Seattle, and then Aaron Judge of the Yankees with 49. Well, that should get Kane home.
Sure will.
Span with the catch. Throw will go to third. Hosmer going in that direction, and he'll make it safely, and Kane scores to make it 7-1 Kansas City.
Absolutely love how the Royals are pressuring the defense now, running the bases. They're getting the hits. Oh yeah, this is exactly like Ned talked about last month, early April. Things aren't going good. Hey, just be patient, he said. It's going to happen. Look at them advancing. They're playing their game now. Absolutely love to watch it happen.
And Moustakas now with 40 RBIs. Escobar, a 3-hit game, rolls one up the middle. Crawford has it and throws him out, but the Royals get 2 more. By T-Mobile, Royals will take on the Angels next, and they have a 34-34 record, second in the American League West, trailing the first place Astros by 11 games. But the Astros have lost 4 starting pitchers, and you see the Angels averaging 4.2 runs per game, and they have played a while without their star Mike Trout. It'll be Strom going tomorrow in his first major league start for KC. Then Kennedy, then Junis, then Vargas. It will be Nolasco, Chavez, Meyer, and Ramirez for the Angels in that 4-game set. Hunter Strickland is throwing in the San Francisco bullpen, and the new pitcher for KC is Mike Minor. His 27th appearance, and he's really been one of baseball's best relievers since April 20th. He's 3-0 in that time with a 1.35 ERA, 4 earned runs in 26 2/3 innings. And Hud, we've seen not only that nasty slider and cutter at times, but also a fastball that's touched 97.
Yeah, you know, his changeup is an effective pitch too for righties. Now he's a starting candidate, no question about it. He could start. I don't know if they'll have any plans for that this year for him or not, but certainly in the future they'll look for him depending on how his shoulder can hang in there.
Well, he walks first batter he faces in the lefty Brandon Crawford. And you know, every time the Royals turn a double play, the next day McDouble sandwiches are only $1 at participating McDonald's in the greater Kansas City, St. Joseph, and Lawrence locations. Royals right now with 3 lefties in the pen: Minor, Alexander, and Eric Skoglund, with Strom starting tomorrow. Pence fouls it off. There is Matt. It's so much different, you know, knowing you're going to start, your preparations, what you do between starts.
Yeah, you know, and hopefully he doesn't have anxiety, you know. Because lots of times that's the biggest thing. You have all this time to wait and think, and tomorrow morning when he wakes up, you know, he's going to say, okay, I'm starting today. And, you know, that anxiety for a ball player sometimes can weigh on you, even an everyday player that plays every single day, but once every fifth day is a different story.
Up and in. Just about every single one of these pitchers was a starter at the beginning of their career, and then that adjustment to the bullpen and how they prepare themselves. That's off the plate. I mean, Jeff Montgomery gave me his new book, and I opened it up, and the first thing I read when I opened it up was what he did sometimes between games. Did you know he waxed his car in the 5th inning of a game, and Herc Robinson, the general manager, came out and said, Monty, what are you doing? And he goes, I'm waxing my car. And so I saw Monty the next day. I said, you waxed your car during a game? And he said, well, they didn't need me until the 9th inning. And I said, well, why would you do that? And he goes, my car needed wax.
I'd heard of that, yeah. I had Monty tell me that story before.
That cracked me up.
Yeah.
Moose goes to second. They've got one and not in time. Bench hustling down that line.
Just get one for sure. No more vicinity. You can't, if you're a second baseman, miss the base and just throw to first. You had to touch it.
Yep. But I like Moose's throw right on target. He was in line to accept it and get rid of it.
Sure enough.
Panic has a couple of hits today and now sends this one softly in front of the plate. Moving to second base will be Pence, but out at first is Joe Panic.
Did you just see Escobar help up Pence right there? Very nice sportsmanship. First, Escobar pretended like he had the ball, and he was holding it on Pence's leg. He didn't have the ball, and then he said, all right, I'll help you up. Certainly, the Royals will not send any sympathy cards over to Bruce Bochy, because the Giants are struggling, and they hope they struggle for another inning.
They have lost 14 of their last 20. And the main culprit, their offense. They've scored 2 or fewer runs 25 times, and you know how much the Royals struggled early. They have done that 23 times. Kansas City suddenly hot, scoring 35 runs in their last 4 games. Slater singled in the only run for the Giants. That came back in the 4th inning. And he rifled a single over the head of a leaping Whit Merrifield. Now to left field. Gordon has it measured and will make the catch. And that does it for San Francisco in the 8th. To the 9th we go. All Royals again. 7-1 over San Francisco. Number 3, and he blasted his 9th home run of the year, a 420-foot shot to straightaway center field.
Certainly no accidents by this young man here, Fizz, when it comes to home runs. That's his 9th homer. Has a chance to put 20 on the board this year. How about that? Wouldn't that be sweet?
Well, here is Hunter Strickland. He pitched last night. This is his 29th game this year. Has a solid ERA at 1.82.
Sure enough, he's a strong arm pitcher. He can go mid to upper 90s. Little split finger slider combination to go with it.
Yeah, it's always surprising when you see a guy with his stuff be picked up off waivers. He was only an 18th round pick by the Red Sox in 2007, traded to Pittsburgh in 09, and then acquired off waivers in 13. Pitched in the World Series for San Francisco against the Royals, and we talked yesterday where he gave up 2 home runs, and boy was he steamed. I remember Infante took him deep, Moustakas took him deep.
Yeah, he's not the only one who's taken him deep. Bryce Harper has hit some bombs off of him, and then they got in that little scuffle. He
That's
hit
right.
Harper, and that was it. He's got a little temper on him, Strickland. He got a little mouthy with Salvi after he scored on a run there in the World Series.
That might be his football mentality. He was a very good quarterback in high school. And probably like you, he was named homecoming king.
I was, but they let my family vote.
Alex pops it a mile high on the infield.
Who wants it?
And it's Joe Panic to take it. Gutierrez singled his last time up, facing Strickland for the first time today. It's always good to see the Royals play so well. A big lead with Salvador Perez getting a day off. Nice rest before we begin that 4-game series with the Angels. The Royals don't have another day off until next Thursday, and there's a bloop to center field, and that'll drop, and Gutierrez has a 2-hit game. So that now is 6 Royals with multi-hit games today.
We'll take it. Continuing to spread the love. That's right. Put the ball in play now. Moss is going to get a plate appearance here.
Yeah, with 2 trips to National League sites in San Diego and also San Francisco, Brandon hasn't had an opportunity to start, so he's been coming off the bench. Played in the National League last year with the Cardinals, but saw the field a lot. Very capable player, both in the corner outfield spots and also at first base.
He's 0 for 3 as a pinch hitter so far.
And the Royals with a season high 16 hits today. They had 15 last night. Ross with a swing and a miss as Hunter Strickland just reared back with the fastball at 96. Now top of the order, and with Merrifield, who is 3 for 5 in the game and has raised his average to 294. Got a bunt single in the 3rd, singled in the 6th, and doubled in the 8th, and each time he came around to score.
Eske had a chance for a 4th hit. Now Witt has a chance for 4.
To the 3rd baseman Nunez, who goes the short way to Panic. They get the force. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning, and it looks like Kelvin Herrera will come out of that bullpen to try and close this one out.
After this game, we'll head down south to Anaheim and try to continue that great road trip. Coming up on Boulevard Royals Live, we'll talk about Jason Hamill. It was Hamill time, 3rd straight excellent outing for the right-hander, and the hits, they just keep on coming. It looks as though the streak of 8 runs in a game will end last night, so they fall a little short with 7 runs and a season high. Hits. A lot to talk about coming up on Boulevard Royals Live. Fizz.
Thank you, Joel. And there was an owner of a football team that was across the bay, Al Davis, who used to say, "Just win, baby." I don't care if it's 7 or 8 runs, just win.
Better believe it.
Well, here is Herrera pitching in his 27th game. His last time out, he recorded a 1-2-3 9th inning Saturday in San Diego. Aaron Hill is the batter. He is pinch hitting, and he takes strike 1.
4 for 13 as a pinch hitter.
Now he's down in the count 0-2.
He was telling me yesterday when I asked him about his role. He's a veteran. He's in his mid-30s. You know, how hard is it? He goes, man, you know, I got to come off the bench cold and face their closer usually. He goes, it's tough. First pitch, I got to get in the game. I got to swing. And I said, that's exactly what I was taught. The earlier you can swing, the sooner you can gauge your swing on the pitcher's pitch. And you're going to have more success. You sit there and take it. Now, Moss took 2 fastballs right down the middle. Now, he hasn't swung the bat yet here in his pinch hit appearance. And he didn't have much of a chance. He got blown away. Get in there. So he swung twice.
Escobar. A rather high throw, and he came off the bag, and that will be a rare error for Escobar.
Yeah.
And because the batter turned the wrong way, they're still saying safe.
Yeah, no, he just kind of lofted the throw, didn't put a lot on it. Kind of just tried to guide it and pulled Haas off. See, he's really good with that arm angle when it drops, but he just didn't aim it right. There's Will Little again, the first base umpire. Yeah, giving that dramatic call and was off the base, letting everybody know. And that's proper.
For Escobar, just his 5th error this year and the 22nd for the Royals, and that is still the fewest errors in all of baseball. So Span comes up. He's been on twice, hit by a Hamill slider on the foot, and then singled in the 5th inning to left field.
Doesn't want to get hit here by Herrera's 98. 88-mile-an-hour changeup, occasional sliders.
0-2.
Still 99.
Royals will be able to get to Anaheim at a respectable hour.
And they'll fly over Highway 99 in the Central Valley.
Why wouldn't we go closer to the coast?
Depends on what the pilot wants to do, Fizz. We'll see. But just get on the bus and forget about us after 3 more outs.
Herrera throwing that off-speed pitch that dipped in the dirt for a 1-2 count. He's been hurt more on his secondary pitches, the slider, the change this year, and Herrera was a guy who rarely gave up a home run, and yet this year he has allowed 7 in only 25 1/3 innings. Soft line drive to left center field, and Span is on for the 3rd time.
Easy swing on a guy that throws 95 plus. There you go. That's how you do it. Just meet the ball, it'll jump. Amazing what the pitcher can do to supply the power. Sometimes, you know, you get up there, you think you got to swing hard to hit it hard, and you don't. 70% effort on the swing on a guy like this. Maybe even 60. Just a nice, easy pass.
Nunez doubled his last time up. Two on, nobody out. Braw's trying to close it out. Final game of this brief 2-game series in San Francisco. And there's a little popper that will fall innocently just beyond Butera. Well, Herrera's had no trouble getting ahead 0-2. It's a tough out. Veteran Nunez will turn 30 tomorrow. And he came in hot, hitting .360 the last month. Fouling off tough pitch after tough pitch from Kelvin Herrera. That one is pulled foul. And Moose coming in a little bit. And it's almost like, hit it directly at me, please.
Look at that old-time glove that ball man has down there. He had a glove from the 40s and 50s on his hand. No wonder he couldn't make the play. See if Herrera now pulls the string on him. Stayed upstairs. Check that out. That is something. He's checking it out too. He's pretty proud of that. He probably had that passed down from his grandpa. And now he's bringing it out to the ballpark. Now that guy, he's got more room to catch the ball with that modern glove. Even though that glove right there looks like it's store-bought, that's okay. That's where you get him. Look at that.
Up the middle. Nunez will knock in a run, and that makes it 7-2.
Well, that's a quality at bat. He lost one of his bats, and Herrera broke it. He's fouling balls down the right field line, left field line, and finally just laid it out there. Similar swing to Spans. That looked like a little breaking ball up at the top of the zone and just stayed right with it. Look at that. See, that's a handsy hit, Fizz, right there. You see that? And we see Jorge Bonifacio do that with regularity.
Dave Island with a firm discussion as Soria will now go down to the bullpen and start to throw for Kansas City. Royals right now still with a comfortable 5-run lead, but Herrera hasn't gotten one man out and has faced 3. He has had a difficult time this year with an ERA over 5 coming in.
He's finding out what it's like to close a game down. It's not easy, especially in the opponent's ballpark. He needs to stay convicted with that fastball changeup combination. Oh, it stayed up nicely.
And they get 2.
There you go. Whitley. Nice soft backhand there. That'll work. He thought it was a base hit. Whitley said, this is going to be an easy little lane ball here.
So 2 out for Buster Posey. Royals with 7 runs on 16 hits. The Giants with 2 runs on 10 hits. Runner at third. Upstairs, ball 1. Posey taking a strike. And that is down the left field line. So the Giants down to their last strike as Herrera works the count even at 2-2. Posey back in. 1 for 4 on the day. And then he waves at a high fastball at 99 miles an hour and strikes out. Bonifacio with a second straight big day with 3 RBIs. And Jason Hamill beats the Giants for the first time in his career. Final score 7-2.
Fantastic job. The two guys waiting for the outfielders to come in there. Escobar, Merrifield. Nice double play combination. Moose and Haas. After a 2-game sweep here at AT&T Park, got to be feeling pretty good about the way they're going now. Everybody's starting to light it up from top to bottom. You just never know who's going to drive the bus, but the whole team right now is on that bus.
And Jason Hamill gave up just 1 run in 6 2/3 innings to win his 3rd game of the year. Johnny Cueto takes the loss. The former Royal falls to 5.